Hello everyone and welcome to my CSU channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Todd Chrisley details Lindsie's emails with FBI fallout. Todd Chrisley is estranged from his daughter Lindsie. Lindsie's mother is Chrisley's first wife, however, Julie has legally adopted her. The father-daughter duo does not have a good relationship with each other. With Todd being released from prison after being granted a presidential pardon, some fans are wondering where Chrisley and his daughter stand. Keep reading to find out more. Todd Chrisley reveals his daughter's betrayal. Reality star Todd Chrisley is back in the spotlight as he leaves prison behind. The Georgia native has returned to his family after serving several years in federal prison for tax evasion and financial fraud. Todd is set to return to reality TV with his family on September 1st when their new docuseries, The Chrisleys, Back to Reality, is set to air on Lifetime. With the star returning to the spotlight, many are wondering where he stands with his daughter, Lindsie. Todd Chrisley recently appeared on Speak On It, a podcast featuring Real Housewives of Atlanta star Kandi Burruss. Chrisley revealed to Burruss that he is currently estranged from his daughter. In addition, he revealed that she worked with the FBI during their investigation into Todd and his wife Julie's crimes. Kandi Burruss asked Todd Chrisley why his daughter would help police arrest him. Todd said, "Lindsie was on the show, and the network made the decision that they wanted to make Lindsie kind of like a friend to the show." He further explained that Lindsie was hesitant to share publicly the details of her life and marriage. Chrisley revealed that due to his daughter's hesitance, the network demoted her, which left her feeling ostracized. Lindsie Chrisley worked with the FBI to arrest her father, Todd. Todd Chrisley revealed that his daughter, Lindsie Chrisley, was removed from filming Chrisley Knows Best because she did not want to share every detail of her life on the reality show. In addition, Lindsie struggled to balance her life as a wife, parent, and reality star. Todd explained. Todd Chrisley revealed that after his daughter Lindsie was let go from the reality series, she began to work with the Georgia Department of Revenue on their investigation of Todd and his wife Julie. He explained that they learned of her involvement and ended up getting a settlement of $1 million from the Georgia Department of Revenue. In addition, the employee Lindsie worked with to investigate her parents was fired. In addition to working with the Georgia Department of Revenue, Lindsie Chrisley provided information to the FBI about her parents. Todd Chrisley shared with Kandi Burruss that his lawyers found emails between Lindsie and the FBI during his trial for tax evasion and fraud. The reality star said his daughter's involvement in his indictment broke his heart. He explained, "For months, Todd Chrisley has been peeling back the layers of his family's most painful chapters while serving time in federal prison. But his latest revelation may be one of the most explosive yet, a claim that his eldest daughter, Lindsie Chrisley, engaged in direct email communication with the FBI in the lead-up to the legal nightmare that landed him and wife Julie behind bars." Speaking through his attorney and on his Chrisley Confessions platform, Todd didn't hold back. He painted a picture of betrayal, disbelief, and the complicated emotional wreckage that came in the wake of the revelations. "I have spent years trying to protect my family, every single one of them, even when they've turned on me," Todd explained. "But when I learned there were emails between my daughter and the FBI, that was the moment I realized our problems weren't just outside the house. They were inside, too." The emails that changed everything. According to Todd, these weren't harmless checking-in exchanges. He alleges that the emails contained discussions about his finances, family tensions, and private disputes. Information he claims could have influenced the government's perception of the Chrisley family during their investigation. "It wasn't that the emails existed," Todd said. "It was what was in them, the tone, the details, the willingness to feed the very people who wanted to destroy us. That's a wound you can't just put a Band-Aid over." Sources close to the family say Todd only learned of the emails long after the trial had begun, which intensified the feeling of being blindsided. Lindsie, for her part, has publicly denied intentionally trying to harm her parents, previously stating she had no role in their legal downfall. Still, Todd insists that intent and impact are two different things, and that the fallout from those emails rippled through the relationship years in the making. To understand the depth of the fallout, it's important to remember that Todd and Lindsie's relationship has been strained for years. Viewers of Chrisley knows best remember the early seasons when she was a regular on the show, but her sudden departure from filming in 2017 marked the beginning of a long public rift. There were cracks long before the emails, Todd admitted, but this was the earthquake. The tension had been fueled by social media spats, accusations traded in interviews, and even an infamous polygraph test that Todd once encouraged Lindsie to take. All of that now seems like a prelude to the biggest rift of all, the FBI revelation. The emotional toll behind bars. Todd has been candid about the mental and emotional weight of serving his sentence. But learning about the alleged email communications from inside prison walls added a layer of personal heartbreak. "When you're in here, your world gets small," he explained. "Every bit of news, every letter, every phone call hits harder. And when that news is that your own child may have been feeding information to the people trying to put you away, it's a special kind of pain." Todd described nights spent replaying old family memories, wondering if there were signs he missed or moments when things could have gone differently. Julie's reaction. Julie Chrisley, who is serving her sentence in a separate facility, reportedly took the news just as hard. A source close to the couple says Julie initially hoped it was a misunderstanding, that perhaps the emails were taken out of context or misrepresented. But Todd claims the content spoke for itself. "It wasn't hearsay," Todd said. "It was written in black and white, and you can't unread something like that." Julie has largely avoided public comment on the matter, but Todd insists they have worked together to process the blow, leaning on faith and a determination to come out of this stronger, no matter who's still standing with us. The public reaction and backlash. Once word of the emails leaked to fans, social media lit up. Some Chrisley supporters were quick to side with Todd, accusing Lindsie of betrayal. Others defended her, pointing out that complicated family relationships don't always fit neatly into narratives of loyalty and treachery. For Todd, the backlash wasn't the point. "It's not about strangers on the internet taking sides," he said. "It's about the reality that a line was crossed, and once you cross it, you can't go back." Still, he admitted the headlines have made it harder to envision reconciliation. Every time her name comes up, it's not about birthdays or holidays, it's about that email chain. Lindsie's perspective. While Todd's account is blistering, Lindsie has maintained that her contact with the FBI was not a betrayal. In past interviews, she has claimed she was contacted as part of the investigation and merely complied. "I wasn't the one knocking on their door. They came to me," she once said on her podcast, Coffee Convos. She also hinted that she felt cornered by the situation and suggested her father's interpretation is clouded by years of mistrust. But Todd dismisses that defense. "There's a difference between being asked a question and volunteering information that could harm your own blood," he argued. Can this family heal? Even in the midst of the bitterness, Todd leaves the door cracked, if only slightly, for reconciliation. "I have forgiven people for things I thought I could never forgive," he said. "But forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting, and it doesn't mean letting someone back into your life in the same way. That's the hard truth." Those who know Todd say his faith continues to be his anchor, even when it comes to Lindsie. "If God can forgive me for all the things I've done, I can try to forgive her," he explained. "But trust? That's going to take a miracle." The fallout going forward. As the Chrisley legal saga continues to wind through appeals and media coverage, the alleged FBI emails remain a sore spot, not just between Todd and Lindsie, but for the rest of the family, too. Savannah Chrisley, who has publicly defended her parents and taken on the role of caretaker for her younger brother and niece, has avoided directly naming Lindsie in recent interviews, but her tone has hinted at underlying resentment.